Hey there, this is One Boom, and this video is sponsored. It has been over a month since Black Ops 6, and we're going to get right into my month-long review of the game. But before that, I am happy to say that we are sponsored by Glitch Energy today. So, brief story. One day while I was wasting my lunch on Twitter, I stumbled upon a sponsored tweet promoting a tub of powdered energy drink, and I sort of rolled my eyes. I had been reached out to by other companies to sponsor their energy drinks, but the story sort of always the same. My body hates niacin, and that's an ingredient that most energy drinks, powdered gamer brands like Glitch or otherwise, usually have. Nothing against them, I like them, I just can't physically drink more than like one every once in a while, otherwise I feel gross. I mean, it gives you a feeling of itchy, warm, flush, tired, and maybe you can relate to that after drinking certain energy drinks. Your body just does not mesh with it at all, and you might think, oh, it's a caffeine crash, or maybe I'm dehydrated. I had been trying to track down what causes these feelings, and so I started Googling the average, common energy drink ingredients with the word side effects next to it to see which ones would actually line up with what I was feeling. And of course, when I got to niacin, the symptoms lined up perfectly. So niacin sensitivity affects a lot of different people, and basically if you ingest that particular form of vitamin B, again, you get that flush, warm, itchy, tired feeling, very irritable feeling as well. So, back to when I saw Glitch for the first time on Twitter. I roll my eyes, and I start predisposing myself to feeling left out because, I can't drink those because they make me feel sick. And I looked at the ingredients and was immediately excited. No niacin. And the list on these ingredients, they're so small, I'm like, well, maybe this could actually provide that all energy, no crash that everyone else advertises, but it could actually work for me this time. So I DM'd them, or I guess I added them, and then they DM'd me within a couple hours, and we set up a starter kit, and they're like, hey, if you like it and if it meshes with you, then we can work something out. And oh boy, did it. So it's been months now of me drinking Glitch. You guys have been watching my live streams. I've been drinking Glitch a ton, just a ton of Glitch, and I'm so happy to say that I not only have no side effects, it's honestly one of the best energy drink experiences I've ever had. It works exactly how I want it to. I mix it into the shaker, and then I slow sip it throughout my streams, or I kind of chug it before work, and I feel good, and I don't have a crash. As a content creator, it's very rare to find a product that meshes with you so much personally, and is willing to work with you. Because just this being an affordable energy drink that doesn't have an ingredient that I hate would be enough for me to buy a tub a month. But with the sponsorship, I'm happy that I get to support my channel and support them at the same time, and it's mutual. So if you want to support a good product and you want to give it a try for yourself and you want to support my channel, please use code ONEBOOM. You'll find it in the description below and in the pinned comment. And yeah, that's it. It's my little story. I love this stuff. I drink it way too much. I'm a bit of a caffeine fiend, but unfortunately most of the ways you get caffeine have other ingredients attached to them, and my body fucking hates them. So thank you so much to Glitch for working with me so quickly and helping me out and supporting the channel, and offering my viewers a chance to maybe try something that works for them just like it worked for me. So either way, let's roll the video, and I'll see you in the video. We are a 12th of the way through the Black Ops 6 life cycle. We are 1 month in, and I am really excited to talk about everything that I've been feeling and thinking over the last 30 plus days of playing this game. I am currently Prestige 5, and I've written down a lot of opinions, and I need to get them all out. So first things first, in regards to Prestige rewards. Now, Prestige rewards in Black Ops 6 were something I was very excited about. I had said from a long time ago that Call of Duty needs to re-implement on-disc progression in the form of classic prestige and give us meaningful rewards per prestige. And unfortunately, Black Ops 6 did this, but just slightly adjacent to what I wanted. So, and this is subjective, I think that what they have going here is a really solid idea. The problem is that it's a very inconsistent idea when it comes to quality control. The drastic difference between one prestige's rewards and the other is staggering. Some prestiges, I do not care about any of the rewards. I never care about emblems or calling cards. I don't care about gobblegums for my multiplayer prestige. We'll get to that more in a second. And I'm sorry, most of the operator skins are kind of silly, about playing as someone dressed up as Menendez, or playing as somebody dressed up as Samantha in her pajamas from Black Ops 4 feels weird. I feel like if you're going to honor the Black Ops series with each prestige, you need to have high quality weapon variants and operator skins that feel like they were made with love towards the series and not more of a joke, a gag, a laugh. Like, it's weird. We have a variant of the Model L in one of the prestiges that's a perfect replication of an STG, just about a perfect replication of an STG, basically putting the STG in the game. Then we have one that gives us the VMP from Black Ops 3, and that's awesome. It looks good, and I love that they just basically remodeled the Jackal into a brand new gun. But then we have this Commando that's not really a Commando because it doesn't have the classic Commando sights and it looks ugly. This does not invoke the feeling of Black Ops 1 at all. We have a Thompson that's covered in a light up decal that you can't cover up, and it doesn't really look like a Thompson, and they didn't really change the model that much at all, but they gave it new iron sights, but they didn't give the Commando new iron sights. It's inconsistent, it's full of dribble that I don't really care about. So unfortunately, when it comes to prestige rewards, Infinite Warfare somehow still reigns supreme, as every other prestige gave you an actual classic Call of Duty weapon, like an intervention or an ARX or a UMP or a SPAS 12, making the grind feel very worth it in that game. Also, we got different creative class slots back in the day. We don't get creative class slots in this game, so you are stuck with, I think, the default 10 loadouts. I don't know, some milsim operators from previous COD games like World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 would have been cool. More specialists from Black Ops 3 and 4 would have been neat. Actual weapon blueprints that seemed like they gave a shit would also have been cool. It's so inconsistent, it's kind of heartbreaking. And also, I hate that Prestige is tied to Warzone and Zombies. I'm sorry, if you're max Prestige and you've played like 2 hours of multiplayer and like 40 hours of Zombies, in my opinion, you're not max Prestige. I'm sorry. Prestiging in Call of Duty should mean that you sacrificed something in a more unforgiving competitive environment, and sort of just training zombies and doing XP farms and zombies. No, I don't like that. Also, Warzone is such a different experience. I do not know why they share progression at all. Warzone honestly could have kept its seasonal ranking system from MW 2019. That would have been fine. Give Black Ops 6 multiplayer and zombies separate progression. That would have also been cool. Like, maybe you could tie unlocks together, but not the actual level itself. Like, it would make sense that if in multiplayer I have something unlocked, I could use it in zombies. I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. They were smart enough to give zombies its own mastery camo because they're aware that zombies is a different experience and you shouldn't be able to get diamond or dark matter by playing zombies. You should get a different camo that represents a different grind, but they didn't do that with prestiging. So I don't like that. It makes me not want to play zombies because I'm a multiplayer purist and I want my max prestige level to show that I am a sweat, that I play a lot of multiplayer, that I've grinded and been through the trials and tribulations of Call of Duty multiplayer, and that's what I want to do. I don't want zombies to be a part of it, so I hate that. As somebody who's prioritized multiplayer for over a decade now, unlocking gobble gums for my prestige makes me want to put a gobble gun in my mouth and pull the trigger. Next thing is loadouts. Unfortunately, one of the things that's kept me from being ultra excited about playing this game is the lack of theory crafting and interesting creative class. It is so stringent to build a loadout in this game. Trying to have Flak Jacket and Ghost and Ninja, well, that's absolutely impossible. You can't do it. There's so many things in this game that they just make unnecessarily hard. Like having Tac Mask and Flak Jacket should not be something I have to build a loadout for. In the same way I shouldn't have to build a loadout just to get a decent amount of score to unlock a UAV sooner than halfway through the game. The numbered categories of perks are absolutely stacked in a very weird way. And unfortunately, there's no real innovation here. This reminds me more of like the basic training system from COD World War II, where it's essentially the same creative class we're used to, but a little bit more limited and stringent, and I'm never going to advocate for that. There are so many other wildcards in this game I'm just never going to use, because why would I want 2 grenades when I could run the Enforcer specialty, which gives me Quick Fix and Ninja? Like, I'm gonna run perk greed so I can have Enforcer and Ninja, or Ghost and Strategist. I'm going to need those things. You don't realize how many times you die because you were pinged on somebody's UAV or because they heard your footsteps until you run those perks, and then don't run those perks. This is like the Call of Duty Vanguard issue all over again, although with Vanguard, by this point, they'd already rearranged the perks so that you could actually make a decent stealth build. And I'm just wondering why Sledgehammer with Modern Warfare 3 is the only COD game since 2019 to actually do something interesting with perks and equipment, because I'm sorry, they did not do that here. It's bad. It's very limiting. I do not know why we keep regressing. Between Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 6, Cold War, MW2019, and Vanguard, I feel like we just have had the worst perk systems out of the entire franchise history because, and I mean this, it's harder to justify these perks now when we've had the Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare system, we've had the Advanced Warfare system, so we've had like pick 13 and pick 10, and then we've had the pick 10 from Black Ops 2, and we had the awesome Call of Duty Ghost numbered perk system, and so it feels like it's been regressing ever since then, since COD World War II, and I think the last time we had a really good perk system was Black Ops 4, and that took 6 years off my life just saying that. So that's enough of that. Going into Gunsmith. Gunsmith is fine, but again, doesn't allow for a lot of theory crafting. Every attachment does the same thing on every gun. The heavy stock does what heavy stock does. Gain twist does what gain twist. Reinforced does what reinforced. Precision versus vertical. Everything is essentially the same, so you can kind of just homogenize all of your loadouts into one attachment combination. Like, I made a video about how to remove all of the randomness from your guns and get an OG COD weapon feel in Black Ops 6 by basically giving your gun infinite hit scan range, and no idle sway on aim down sight, and perfect recenter speed and recenter consistency. And you could just copy all of the attachments I put on that Krig in that video and put it on any gun, and it would essentially have the same effect because there's not really anything to do here. We're not actually theory crafting and playing with things, and while Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were very messy and Vanguard was very just quantity over quality, this is unfortunately boring. And its refinement would make sense, except for the fact that we are getting new attachments as time goes on. It looks like through post-launch content, we're getting attachments that shake up guns a lot. Like, there is now a new stock you can put on the XM4 and the XMG and the, I think, DM10, which allows you to just have tighter recoil at the expense of aim down sight speed. And I feel like there should be like a couple attachments on each gun that are like that, where you are trading one stat for another, so you can sort of build your loadout more particular to yourself, instead of just going, oh, I want to aim down sight faster and have longer range, and I want to have a suppressor, and I want to have a red dot, and bam, nothing matters. There's a lack of intrigue there for me. I like the refinement, but it feels like refinement at the expense of interest, and that's not great. Also, there's an issue where making a weapon and like customizing a gun like saves over your other blueprint, because basically every time you put attachments on a gun, it makes a blueprint, and I hate this, because I'll have an XM4 on one loadout, and it looks fine, and then I'll forget how the gun build system works. This is definitely a skill issue, I guess, but I go to customize a different loadout, and it erases my other XM4 because I put attachments on it. It's like, oh, that's the same weapon build, you just customized the same weapon build. I'm like, how about don't automatically assume that I'm trying to customize every XM4 in my created class slots when I select XM4 on a different created class slot. It's weird, I don't like it. I get their idea, it's good in theory, but in practice, I keep fucking up my classes this way, and it's frustrating. Then when it comes to streaks, unfortunately, they are way too expensive. You have to build your loadouts for them. They're not that powerful, and the ones that are really powerful are so powerful people are rage quitting, but they're difficult to get to because the game basically encourages you to cheese things like the spy camera, or decoys, or scrambler assists, running strategist, UAV, CUAV, and then like, again, cheesing the game and overly playing the objective and putting yourself at risk. And that plus EOMM and skill-based matchmaking parameters makes for a very sweaty and not fun experience going for higher streaks. The streaks stack to some very small effect from what I can tell, because I've called in a hailstorm missile, got a kill with the hailstorm missile, and it gave me my chopper, and I should make a whole video on that probably, but getting to a hailstorm is too fucking long. Like, there's so much in this game that pisses me off, and I think nothing pisses me off more than logging into a Call of Duty game where the prestige rewards are inconsistent, Gunsmith is boring, but refined, I guess, and loadouts are not really interesting. I just gotta make sure I have my crutch perks and one of the specialties that's gonna fit the game mode I'm in. And then I log on, and just getting a napalm strike feels like an uphill climb without the exact right perk setup in the right game mode. And then the napalm strike isn't that good, and that's the other problem. Like, you get the strategic bomber, I think is what it's called, carpet bomb. Really cool that you have to get like 1300 score to call on a carpet bomb that doesn't kill anything. Like, I've seen it get like 4 kills, and that's crazy, right? But for 1300 score in this game, are you kidding me? That thing should be killing people through ceilings and walls. These streaks need to come in faster, they need to be more bulletproof, and they need to deal more damage, and I'm sorry, if they're gonna be this expensive, they need to be amazing, or if they're gonna be this shitty, they need to be less expensive. Then when it comes to bugs and netcode, yeah, I've seen them. I've loaded into a game, I tried to take a suppressor off my gun, and then suddenly my controller would not let me look left and right. So I've definitely ran into some bugs, more so from Season 1 than I did the launch. At launch, I was fine, but after Season 1, I started getting some of the problems. Other people were mentioning some bugs that I had never gotten. Suddenly I was getting, my game started crashing more, and I started running into the netcode issues that other people were complaining about, massive desync. You start shooting somebody, you start getting the kill right, and it's like, okay, awesome, I'm definitely gonna get this, and then they kill you, and in the kill cam, the server clearly saw you not shoot first, so there's just massive desync in the server. People are stupid, so they're mistaking this as like skill-based damage or some weird game manipulation. No, it's just honestly frustrating server bullshit that we deal with like almost every COD. It's very easy to point out exactly how it's happening. The #1 selling FPS, gee, one of the best-selling video games in the world could not get away with just reducing your damage to nerf you, so no, you're actually not that special. But what can happen is the server is not reading people at the same time, which is why we call it desync. So you start shooting, you start getting hits, and then you die, but in the kill cam, it looks like you barely shot or you took forever to shoot, and that's not how you remember it. And if you're a content creator or a streamer like me, you can look back and go, wow, no, I did definitely shoot first there. I can frame by frame and show that I shot first and wasn't missing, but the game is just not loading you in properly. This makes the game feel sweatier because it feels like people are reacting to you faster, but it's not. It's that the game is like putting you like 300 milliseconds behind. So on their screen, you're just reacting really slow, but they're not actually like breaking the game or anything. It's just that the game is kind of broken. It's one of the things really deterring me from playing ranked because I don't know how I'm going to cope with that kind of shit happening in like ranked SND. I can get over it in like kill confirm public match, but I don't know if I can get over that when I'm actually playing and trying to be serious when the netcode just doesn't feel like it's in a good state. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. This is my month-in review of Black Ops 6, and this is all to say that I am enjoying the game. Everything I just said is in that context. I am enjoying the game, but here are my issues with it. Here's how I think it could get better. I know some of you are going to hear this as just ranting or whining or complaining, but I'm genuinely enjoying the game. It's just that these are the things that bother me about it. Hope that makes sense, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.